Welcome to Chessington World of Adventures. It's an update video. Love a good update video. We'll include 2026 in here as well because it's still a land clearing at the moment. Sanctuary area is open 1 till 3. It's finally open. We're not going to go in there for obvious reasons. I don't have anyone to take in there, and it's not very fair on the people in there to go in there, but it is open if you require it. Obviously all this is completely fenced off for 2026. We'll give you a little bit of a look, but it is still very much a land clearing at the moment. Oddly, like when they did Wild Woods or Transylvania and they redid the fascias of that, you could see some of the old fascias from back in the day. And the old Western Portrait Studio is underneath. Actually, it's not that old, in fairness, but it's still old enough that we took it down and went over the top of it, which is really cool to see some of this as the building starts to come down. These are some big fences which they don't want you to look over. It's just land clearing. It is genuinely just land clearing. Actually, the view from for Scorpion Express is probably better around the other side. There's nothing left. It's as simple as that. There's nothing left of it. Now, whilst we're here, because actually you get a good view from Croc Drop, whilst we can't take you on board to show it, look, it's spinning. I repeat, Croc Drop is spinning for the first time in 2025. It did open not spinning, but it is fixed. Ready to go, so it doesn't matter what seat you sit on now, you'll be able to get a great view of construction and obviously enjoy Croc Drop, but a great view of construction. Now, as you can see, the fascia actually for Scorpion Express isn't down yet, neither is the fence, but you can see that a lot of this has been replaced. Although the bridge opened last time we were here on opening day of the season, a lot more wood has been replaced, both sides as well, as you come across. But yeah, fascias are still up for Scorpion at the moment, even though it is a clear ground. Something we hadn't noticed, I'm not sure whether this was here on the main day, is that there is a single rider queue for safari around the back here. So you can come down here and you can queue around there for single rider. No one is utilising it, in fairness. Whether that means there's no single riders here, I'm not sure. But actually, that is great because it very often goes around with empty spaces. If you want to go and see the animals, especially on a day like this, what a day to do it. There is quite a lot of work going on around the back of this area. Now, whether this is down to the development of the land or whether or not these are animal houses, I'm not 100% sure, but they're definitely building something here, and it is quite close to where they used to have squirrel monkey enclosures here, which have been demolished. So potentially this is more of a zoo upgrade than what it is anything else. Down here in Wanyama village, we have sort of the integration of the farm animals. We now have signs up for them. But it kind of implies they're in here, but they're not in here because this is in here. And so I guess they are over the back. Now, it's quite a warm day today, so we haven't seen them. However, they are advertised as potentially being seen. Now, quite interestingly, the donkey actually has been located just here. This area here has been segregated. So we used to have the cattle come in here with the ostrich, and they used to live in here. This has actually been changed around. We'll go around and have a look at the front of this shortly, and the donkey now lives in here. It would kind of make sense still to block all of this off and have the zoo down this side, because the top area where, funnily enough, they used to have the African goats is still unused at the moment. And when I say that, the sheep are actually on a walk with the goats. So they're definitely up here because they're enjoying life over here. Now, I do think they will end up down the back there if they haven't already, because we can see water going in there, and we can also see fresh hay over the back area over here where they used to live. But yeah, it's good to see they're out and about. Down here at Jungle Rangers, there has been a separation fence put in. Funnily enough, this is the first time I think I've ever seen the tortoises out, and now he wants to go down there and he can't go down there. So they are this side with their house obviously on the right hand side here, and then the Cappies now lead out down there with the big pool down there, which is now constantly filled for the Cappies. Now, they were here earlier. There is actually one over there. You might be able to see just through there. I can see his little eyes staring at me, and I think there's another one behind the tree which we'll look at shortly. And the 4 capybaras, assuming there's still 4, living in this part of Jungle Rangers. So actually come around on Jungle Rangers, you will see the cappies. Maybe less so the tortoises, although they do get around. You can see the two cappies, they are chilling. One's in the shade, one is basking in the sun. Behind the bush if you're on the ride, but they are there, loving life. And then they go in the back into their enclosure, which is quite cool. He's a bit bigger than him. He's not having none of that. It definitely doesn't look like this is a cafe or any kind of entertainment option for 2025, but exciting news around here. For the first time in years, the slide has reopened, finally. Don't really know why it was closed, to be perfectly honest with you, but the slide is now open again. Now, Sir Squirtalot is not squirting, however, this is the first time, again, in years that I've seen the fountains on. So we could well see him back very, very soon. For the events, this area would usually be sort of all evented up, but as you can see, it's not. There is absolutely nothing going on for the Easter event, and of course, over at the Seatopia stage, there is no Seatopia either, which was a fairly new show. Now, they do sometimes show the Gruffalo on the big screen, so keep an eye out for that. They also do some meet and greets on there as well. But yeah, entertainment's at the moment not happening, and we did kind of know this as we went across the Merlin Parks, and we would expect entertainment to still return for Halloween, which is absolute peak period. Of course, a lot of the cost cutting this year from Chessington has come from the closure of Wild Asia, not opening those rides. And to be fair, today everything is running really, really well. A couple more things left to show you, but we are on the height of Easter. There's not massive amounts going on at the park at the moment. The Forbidden Kingdom hut has also had a refresh with what looks like carte de Nord ice cream and some slush. I don't think it's quite finished because that wood hanging over the front is a little bit peculiar, to be honest with you, but it certainly looks a lot better. We've got a nice platform as well, decking, and you can get some frozen Fanta as well. We do have some lovely new coffins as well. One of the old wood ones, they're beautiful purple and black, is all in place, ready for 35. Captain's Fish and Chips is now open. It looks like you will have some self-service machines, but not quite yet. And not a lot has changed inside, apart from obviously the menu and the fact they can now serve alcohol, which is why you have an enclosed area to the side here. I have to say, doesn't look like they are yet. Can't see any inside, but you can get battered sausage and chips, which wasn't on the menu when we looked the other day, actually, for $12.75. And when you take discount off that, that's actually a really good price. The Shipwreck Coast banner has definitely taken a bit of a beating. I'm going to have to come up with something a little bit different for that, but the Seastorm one has been reattached at the top. And to be honest, that's it. I mean, we were here sort of a few weeks ago, but we want to keep you up to date, obviously, with what's going on for 2026. It's land clearing. It's land clearing. It's not super exciting. There is nothing going on in the 2027 area. I wouldn't expect anything to be going on there for a little while. However, planning permission has now been granted. So yes, it will be happening very, very soon.